Okay, thank you for having me. I think Bamidele was called out for being a betrayer, and it is evident because this is a man who, even till now, is still betraying the very cause of our law. This is a man, yes, this is a man when he was younger portrays himself as an Aoist, just as the president that we have. Let me tell you, every Aoist will either seek for regional government or the entire secession of the Yoruba nation. Because an Aoist believes in self-independence. The Aoist believe in the Western self-reliance. And this is where the ideologies pushed by the Aloha himself. This was the legacy Awolowo was bequeathed on we, the younger generations. But as you can see now that those who are leading the cause of the Yoruba youth, of the Yoruba nation, of the Western region, they have now all betrayed us. Tinubu, who is in seat of power today, is using that position to enrich himself, loot away our resources. This is a man who has mortgaged the whole of Lagos State. He's the biggest landowner. He's a land grabber. He's a land snatcher. He's Bodilon. Do you know the issue of Bodilon? Bodilon was a government asset. Then he privatized it. It became his own. Okay, there are so many story buildings that Awolowo built for industrial purposes, for office complexes. This man as well has personalized them. Now going into the issue of Bamidele. Bamidele, who is a Senate leader, you know what Senate leader means? These are the people who have the gravitas to push for a bill. Don't forget that this issue of Bamidele wasn't the first time we heard about regionalism. Towards the period of February, there was a bill, that rumor that went around that someone pushed for regionalism. Senator Bamidele was quiet about it. He never pushed for it. These are, see, when you are silent, you are complicit. You don't want it. Every true Yoruba person will not come and tell you that having our Western region back isn't the best option for us. They know it. Why the Igbos are well highly focused. Okay? Why the Igbo youth? Majority of their conversations revolves around liberating their region, either through regionalism or Biafra. My own fellow Yoruba counterparts are busy discussing about Davido and Whiskey. They are not focused. Okay, they are not. And Bamidele was called out not even by the Yoruba youth, but he was called out by Igbos. It was the Igbos that were saying that, look at him, the Yorubas are scared because they don't want the Igbos to outshine them. Was that not what the thing that went viral? They said that is the worst that came out from Okoyemi, allegedly, was he said that we do not want what the regionalism because the Igbos will go far more than the Yorubas, and that by that they will have what is called Biafra. I don't know when these people have become a shadow of Awolowo. Awolowo was a man who kept on challenging the Igbos in the old era that there's nothing like one Nigeria. When Zeke was clamoring on, let us be one, let us harness our resources together. Awolowo was like, you see this cocoa where they sell, and he did it. Now we have oil, even in the Western region. Now we have more than cocoa, we have rubber, we have educated youth. But the point is, these senators, these leaders, they want to keep us in this contraption, right? So that they can continue to control the youth, so that they can continue to manipulate the unsuspecting Western youth. There's a very, very clear differences between the Yoruba youth, which are the Western youth, and the Southeastern youth. The Southeastern youth know the story of we can actually do better if we leave. And they are aspiring to do that. But the Yoruba youth is being told that when Awolowo gave us a golden era, they were saying that it wasn't the best. So that I don't know, there's no aspiration. You will hardly see a Yoruba youth. I think they are in their minority. While on the other end, the Southeasterners, they are on their majority. And this is why you see that the entitlement is too much. It's too much. It is not making us progress. I have always said it that, well, I've seen so many people call me, I am a Yoruba bot, I am a Yoruba Ronu. I said, yes, those were the tenets, those were the legacies I learned from Awolowo. Awolowo was a critical thinker. Awolowo drafted so many of the economic programs of Western region when he was in confinement.
In confinement.
Yes, when he was in confinement reminiscing, when he was having challenges, right? You know, it was actually because of Awolowo that the first coup happened. Because they overthrow those guys. They wanted to install Awolowo so that Awolowo can push the whole country forward. They are supposed to be fight finders. A Senator Bamidele who is supposed to be championing the cause that regionalism must be a constitution in the new constitution. But he is saying that in fact they have nothing to do with regionalism.
That was not the discussion.
He said that nobody even brought it up. Okay, Oga Bamidele, if nobody brought it up, why are you not talking about it? Why is it not a concern for you? If he's a true Yoruba and an Awoyist, why is he not bringing this conversation up? A man, a respected man, unfortunately is late, Akeredolu, was a man that championed it and everybody saw it. He said that he was championing the cause. Unfortunately, this I could say that maybe that I know of, maybe in the near future we'll see someone who is highly educated who will come and exhibit the tenets of Awolowo. Because this man that is there, this Tinubu that is there, is a shame. If Awolowo should be rolling in his grave, because he has the capacity to fulfill the economic
Popularity, the network.
he has every goddamn thing to fulfill, but he has betrayed that very cause. And you can see today that the Yorubas, our women, are now queuing for bread. I mean, I showed one of my Yoruba brothers there. I said, look at what's happening. Look at what we've turned ourselves to. It's sad. These are the races that used to be the pride of the country. Everybody, even to tomorrow, everybody still use the way they developed themselves in the 80s as a yardstick, like the free education, the workshop training schools, the scholarships, but nothing like that. It's so unfortunate that we find ourselves like
Okay,
this.
thank you very much. God bless you.
I'm saying we need to throw that question back to him now. Where did he put his mind? Where did the senator put his mind then? I think the message must have come from his home state, which is the Ekiti state. And I know the Ekiti don't tolerate nonsense. They must have put a call to Senator Bamidele that is trending on the wrong path of the law. And they will not allow that, and he may even lose any bit of election they want to contest for. Because the way it is now, we are trying to free ourselves from all these dracuna, people that have caged us for a while, that they superior, that say they think they are more superior than us. And I can see, maybe he is enjoying the National Assembly with the largest there, but we on ground, we know what we are facing. We know that we are not equal. In the Senate there, all senators are equal in the Senate. Apart from the Senate president, let's even put it aside. But when you want to look at the ranking, they are not equal. But when you look at the normal, sharing of this, they are equal. So to me, I can say maybe that is level what Mr. Bamidele, Senator Bamidele is looking at. What me I'm looking at is on the streets here now. As a Nigeria, we are not equal. We are not equal. Yes, we are not. You don't understand what I mean? Now, if you want to understand what I mean, There are some sections of this country that you dare not touch them, you dare not arrest them. Are you not? I think you should understand what I'm saying. There are some sections that you do not touch them or arrest them in the station, police station, right? But we can easily bungle us into Black Maria, bungle us into if crime committed, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. And I'm saying there are still sections that believe they are above the law. They are what's it called? Number one citizen of Nigeria. We all know this. We all know this, except you're fooling ourselves. So when there is a system now that we want to apply, back on, that will make all of us equal, which is that regionalism, I would not hesitate to jump into it so that it can bring equity, it can bring peace on the land. And how did I mean? Now, they've started it already, which is the state police. And if you look at state police is under regionalism. And the state police has been helping during the regionalism era, the Awolowo and all sort of things. It helps a lot because it's operation know your next neighbor. And the policeman that will govern, that will secure that area will be from that state, will be from that area. So he would not find it difficult to locate or to fish out a criminal. You see, we know all these things. We are just fooling ourselves. We just dance around the beat. Fooling ourselves, dancing around the beat as if all is well. All is not well. All is not well. Let me say, it's not what a country supposed to be as we are now. This is not. You can just imagine we are like a country that a lot of donors countries are helping now as a giant of Africa. Can you imagine? Just of recent now, the what's it called? The Canadian government just sent some money. They sent almost $3 billion dollars or so to help the Nigerian victims of ecological issues that happen and some other Sahara African region. So are we that supposed to be the leader of the region, which are supposed to be the king of the region, and we now stood so low, clapping for help.
Are you saying that the Yorubas are marginalized under the
All,
current system?
all regions are marginalized. The South generally, I can say South are marginalized. I can tell you what South are marginalized. When you look at the census, there was a certain man that wanted to correct the abnormality in the census. Udumegu, who was the chairman of Bureau Reserve. What happened to him? There was pressure on President Jonathan to sack him for saying the truth. And they sacked him. They ended up sacking that man. And you think by sacking that man, the truth will not prevail? You can hide the truth for a while. You can't hide the truth forever. So that's why I say this is not the system I wish for in Nigeria. In Nigeria, when we were growing, this is not the system we were dreaming as a child to meet and to live in. It's not the system. The system is not equal. The system is not equal. When some certain, cabal will grab the billions of dollars into their pocket, and some certain, jobless people, some certain impoverished people will be finding it difficult to even hit 1 square meal. Is that a balance?
You think that the Southwest collectively wants regionalism?
The Southwest needs to key into it. Collectively, we've not done the census. So I can't answer collectively. I can't answer whether it's collectively generally. But I can tell you another Southwest you see now by random opinion random. They will tell you we want that regionalism. Regionalism will not separate us fully. Regionalism will not, there will still be handshake. There will still be competition within the regions. And we have tried it and it has worked. So why not be trying it again? The Southeast will find it easy to grow at their own maximum, level. So what we're now saying, when you are caging someone somewhere, and somebody is telling you that his capacity is more than this place you cage him on. I mean, then you need to free the person and let him go, and and bring out the productivity in him.
No, Abdulnigi says that regionalism did not favor the law.
They will now look for a way to so that it can favor them. They will now go on
They
a
are not in support of, not in support of.
with laws. There are 2 out of 3 regions or 4 regions or 5 regions I can say, because we need to involve the south, all this, So if they does not favor them, they need to go back to the round table and sit down and see the reason why it will favor them, and why it's talking that it won't favor them. There must be one lacuna they need to correct within themselves there, so that it will favor them, because they have the population. Abi, don't they have the population? They have the population,
They have the land,
and they have the land, and they are very well endowed with resources. Is it, what's it called, steel you want to talk? Is it the diamond you want to talk? Is it gold you want to talk? So just keep saying it. And just next to them, uranium is is it Niger? Is it Niger? That's Niger, right? They have uranium in Niger, and Niger is just a next neighbor to them. So what are they? They can even have inter trading with the Niger, and they have a lot of partners they can collaborate with. So why would somebody say it's not going to favor them? That person must be a lazy person. That person may be drifting his region towards a lazy, which people will be thinking everybody is endowed in this country. The North are fully endowed. I can tell you all, the majority of cow. Yes, yes. No, that does not mean that the cow will not still be coming to anywhere in there will be a bilateral trade agreement between the regions. So what we now saying?
What do you expect Tinubu to do in case of this regionalism?
Mr. President, Mr. Tinubu, you see, it's not everybody that is enjoying this country. It's not everybody that this country is paying off for. It's not everybody. So, in fact, when you wake up at times in Nigeria, as it is now, you either pray for God to find a way to move you out, or for mercy of God to be upon you, to have a way to even, is it japa, they say, to japa from this country, because the system is so deteriorated to the extent the gap between the poor and the rich, you can't even feel it. You can't fill up the gap. And what is there's frustration on ground in this country already. People are frustrated. When you wake up, you don't know where your 1 square meal will come from. How will you now feel? Won't you feel dejected? And you are hearing some people, sharing money, sharing dollars, sharing this thing. Won't you? It's even enough for people to start committing suicide, hanging themselves. What a country! What a country, man! And we've been saying this over and over, years upon years. Some now, their problem is not Mekuno problem. Their problem is how they will stash money, how they will bury their largest, how they will keep it, how they will keep it secretly. This is the only country I can see people are burying money and they sock away. And it's not even naira, dollars, hard currency. I think there's a spell on this country, sorry to say. There's a spell. And that spell, we need to come together and really, if it is Islamic prayer, if it is Christian prayer, we have to, go on that prayer, because that's it.
Does he push for regionalism, the president?
It hurts because there's pressure. I could see the elder statement that went to meet him. Wow, who are the elder statement? Ayo Adebanjo, Baba Commonwealth, Emeka Yoku, the Nwachukwu of this world, General Nwachukwu, then the Sonny from Kaduna. All of them went there as elder statement. They went there to discuss. Our solution is, let's go back to regionalism to make things, because number one, have you been able to know the number we have? They are still guessing. We are 201, we are 2 million, 200 million and one. We are 200 million and four. We are 200. We can't get an accurate, census. I mean, numbers of Nigerians. Census counting of Nigeria. We not. When last did we do census? When last? Was it not under Obasanjo? The one that's supposed to happen under Jonathan could not happen because of the crisis that occurred about the north and some southern states. So what do you expect? When we don't know our number, how do we want to plan? How do we want to? We just say we are
I think the
suffering.
North is very us backward.
I can't say backward definitely. They maybe want to draw themselves backward, but we will not allow any region cannot draw each other backward. That is, if other regions are really serious and know what they're doing. If you know somebody, one region is drawing you backward, yeah, you detach away. It's just like you are in the same house, you have a plan to upgrade the house, and some people are saying, no, let us be managing this house. Won't you walk out from the house and leave them the house and let the house be? So to me, everybody should be ready to build a new Nigeria. Regionalism will not detach us from each other. Regionalism will only bring our productivity instincts out. So not like say it's going to be separate, it's going to. So anybody that is scared of regionalism now must be a lazy region. Any region that is scared of regionalism must be a lazy region. So, and a lazy region will not have any improvement, will not have any development, and will always, languishing in crisis.
Okay, thank you very much. God bless.
Yeah, it's a